Welcome back to the Mountain Valor Podcast. I'm Katt Whittenberger, Navy veteran, executive director, and today, I'm a little frustrated. I want to talk about something truly challenging. Helping homeless veterans is not as simple as it should be. Even when we do have resources, sometimes they still say no. You've seen it, just like I have. A cardboard sign on a street corner, veteran, hungry, anything helps. Suddenly, you're flooded with feelings. Compassion, doubt, guilt, maybe even anger. Are they even homeless? How does that even happen with so much help out there? Why won't they just go to a shelter? So, let's talk about it. Because there's always a reason, and it usually starts with trauma. When you experience chronic trauma, especially the kind that comes with military service, combat, moral injury, or the perceived betrayal from systems you trusted, your brain starts to change how it sees the world. You stop seeing help as safe. You start seeing it as a threat. If you've been screwed over enough times by promises that went nowhere, by systems that ask for your painful and embarrassing story just to deny you again, you learn to survive on your own. Survival becomes the only thing you trust. You tell yourself, I've been through worse. No one is shooting at me today. This is better than being surrounded by strangers. Asking for help means becoming vulnerable. And for some of these veterans, vulnerability got them hurt or killed the people they loved. So when we walk up and say, hey man, there's a shelter just down the road that can help, what they hear might be, hey, walk into a strange building, surrender all of your belongings, and trust people who you don't know with your safety. For some, that's a hard no. Now, add in PTSD. You know that jumpy, paranoid feeling? Go ahead and turn that all the way up to 11. Living in close quarters with strangers, with no privacy and anxiety triggers everywhere, well, shelters might feel even more dangerous than the streets. Go ahead and add in addiction. Whether it started as self-medication or a coping tool, a lot of shelters have rules against substance abuse. So, the veteran has to choose between staying warm or staying high or drunk. And that choice isn't as simple as it might sound. Not when the substance is the only thing numbing the memories. Whew. And then comes shame. Because no one hates a struggling veteran more than a veteran who thinks they shouldn't be struggling. They think they should have been stronger. They think they failed their family, that they are a burden. I've talked to veterans this month who would rather die in a tent in the woods than burden someone by taking a cot in a shelter because they should have been better than this. Because they deserve this. Because the help comes with eye contact and paperwork and restrictions and rules and the possibility that someone might look at them and see a failure instead of a fighter. This is why events like Mountain Valor Fest matter. Because you can't build trust from behind a desk. You build it in conversations. Under a tent, over a plate of barbecue, or sitting on a hay bale talking about life, not paperwork. Mountain Valor Fest isn't just an event. It's a place where veterans get to be seen as people, not case numbers, not other than honorable, just people. And when you create a space that feels safe, that first no can sometimes turn into a maybe, and maybe can turn into a yes. So to everyone who makes that space possible, to our sponsors, resource providers, and volunteers, thank you. To BAE Systems, our primary sponsor 2 years running, thank you for investing in real connection, not just checkbox support. To Angels in the Attic, your support this year helped us meet veterans and their families where they are with what they need. And to our friends at Wild Roots Consulting, thank you for helping us build the back-end systems that make the front lines of this work even stronger. You're not just funding a festival, you're helping us change lives. One conversation, one connection, one veteran at a time. If you're listening to this and you've ever felt confused, frustrated, or even helpless watching a homeless veteran turn down help, you're not alone. But maybe now you have a little more context. Maybe next time you approach with patience instead of pressure. Thanks for being here, and thanks for caring about our brothers and sisters in arms.